Tinubu is the only candidate that we do not know how he thinks, his secret and relevance. Oshiomole, welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. The former national chairman of the All Progressive Congress and former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomole, has revealed that out of all presidential candidates, Bola Tinubu is the only one among them in which Nigerians do not know how he thinks, his secret and relevance. Adams Oshiomole made this known on Friday while addressing Nigerians ahead of a 2023 presidential election on Saturday. While speaking on Friday, Adams Oshiomole noted that Bola Tinubu is the only distinguished candidate because he is predictable. He is unpredictable, rather, unlike the other candidates who are always decamping from one political party to another. He made an example of a Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, who decamped into 3 different political parties before contesting for president. He also pleaded with Nigerians to vote for someone who knows the road and someone who would be Nigeria's messiah, because if we don't vote right, we would continue to suffer. He further added that the only candidate to suggest that can be Nigeria's messiah is Bola Tinubu, the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate, because Nigerians do not even know how he thinks, his secret and relevance, and that makes him special. He said, and I quote, "On Saturday, I plead with Nigerians to vote for the man, as our people would say, the man who knows road. There is no miracle. The 4 candidates have all been governors for 8 years. All you need to do is to check out their records and see how many industries were they able to attract to the state. By the time they left the state, who can they point as having sustained their foundations?" He continued, "I think of all of them, Tinubu is the only candidate that we do not know how he thinks, his secret and relevance. Tinubu is different from others because he likes to build institutions." Oh, okay. Oshiomole is encouraging people. I don't want to say us. He knows those he's speaking to. He's encouraging people to vote for his presidential candidate. He's saying his presidential candidate is not predictable. You don't know what he thinks. We don't want to have somebody we do not know what he thinks. We want somebody who is not going to keep us in a state of incommunicado. We want someone who there is going to be an open line of communication, and we have been able to get that from at least 1 or 2 candidates, one in particular. Yes, the citizens are not supposed to be in a state of confusion of not knowing what is going on. It is not right. You should be able to say this is actually what is going on. You should be able to put your hand and boast that in my country, see what they go on now. And it is supposed to be so. We are not supposed to be in a state of we don't know what is going on. I don't think that is even a very good leadership skill. Yes, you might say you want to keep whatever you want to do in confidence, but not to the extent of you being secretive. Now that is by the side. Adams is a truly good friend and supporter of BAT. Ride on, the victory is certain. The victory dance is gathering momentum. Alright. Do not worry yourself, Oshiomole. At least if you say Tinubu is becoming a myth, we had predicted him though. He's your mentor and your boss. So every time we look at your awkward and prescribed way of life, laden with unpredictable stealing in government, we see Tinubu's secret face to face. Please have your peace and leave us alone. You do not have anything to convince or tell Nigerians, and that is the point. That is what APC do not know. Had it been all this while that they have been calling for debate, presidential debate, maybe this so-called secret that you're talking about, just maybe him coming out to convince Nigerians, to answer some questions being thrown at him, all those times he was being accused, he came out and cleared the air. I kid you not, maybe, just maybe, Nigerians might even listen to him. But they called you out, you did not come out. You were invited to many debates. Okay, come out. And whenever I come across political debates, as in I hear political debates, they think maybe it is for them to go and battle with other presidential candidates. But no, it is for you to go and convince the electorate. Tell them, look, I am the best for you. This is what I have to offer. They ask you a question. How are you going to do this? How are you the best for us? What do you have differently to offer? What exactly are your dreams for us? What is the vision of the better Nigeria you're seeing? Can you help us see it? He did not come out to make any of those things done. And all of a sudden, somebody is telling us that he's secretive. Not play now, Nadisha. Okay. You guys are shameless. After keeping Nigeria in this worst situation, you're still talking. Shameless politicians. Okay. Oshiomole, what are you insinuating? We know your secrets, we know your thinking, we know your schemes, and we know your past, we know your present and relevant. Your politicking is outdated and stale. Please outrightly beg Bola Tinubu money. He's not stingy. He will give you enough. Why are people like this? This man should try and change his political style. We are getting tired of APC and Adams Oshiomole's political strategies and campaign patterns. His campaign is not always issue-based, but full of reference with insults to other opponents. He is growing old. He is growing old, and he should behave like the stakeholders of Edo State and respected others. Well, unfortunately, I don't know what Oshiomole would use to market his candidate, because the last time I checked, Oshiomole, his candidate is an All-Progressive Congress candidate. His candidate is the candidate in power. They're the ones who they're supposed to be convincing of enough, but yet they're not doing enough. They're not doing enough. And none of them, the thing is that, yes, Nigerians have been telling these people, this your style of what's it called, marketing your candidate is wrong. And yet they refuse to listen, they refuse to believe. You're coming out to tell us that he's not predictable, he's secretive. How is that in any way amounts to him being a good leader? And for crying out loud, I've said that APC do not even have just convincing. They have a lot more work to do. Why? Because their presidential, their what's it called? Their party is the party in power. And yet all those whole calamities are befalling Nigerians. Before you get somebody to work for you for the first time, it is usually a little bit difficult to get somebody to work with you for the first time. But I tell you what, if you break that person's trust the first time, I don't think that person is going to be sane enough to allow you to do it again, except maybe somebody else's that you have worked for before comes and vouch for you. And even the vouching itself, God, there are people who will say no, that they have tried you and you have lost it. You don't miss the opportunity. All right. So Nigerians, few hours now, we are going to be voting. All I'm saying is you should vote smartly, and we should vote and make sure the way we go to vote in one place is the way we come out. We should stay away from trouble, stay away from any argument that is going to be fueling argument before you go lead to say person now blow person. Blow's going to splash for person body, I beg. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy.